Alright, what's good, y'all? It's your boy, Young Hove. It's a beautiful day out here. Another day living, another blessed day. Today I want to talk about like acceptance, and then I'm gonna kind of get into a couple of different things on that topic. But I just want to talk about acceptance, like acceptance within ourselves, within this culture, this society, and then just, you know, acceptance with everything you do in life. I feel like a lot of people just go with the flow of things, no matter whether they like it or not. And whether that is a bad thing or not, that still may not be good for us as like who we are. Because when you think about it, when you just go with the flow, you don't really control the outcome of things. See, when you give yourself that control, the control of it, of acceptance, then you can really control your reality. See, when I talk about acceptance, and I'm gonna talk about first about accepting yourself. When I talk about acceptance for yourself, I mean that whether you are at the place you want to be or not, you still okay with where you at. See, you still can accept the fact that you may not be where you want to be, but that don't mean you won't be there. That don't mean you don't have the potential to be there. You feel me? Like, I feel like a lot of people, when it comes to accepting themselves in any way possible, they think that because they might not be where they might not be where they want to be at that moment, that they're not like good enough, or like they can't accept that because they're not where they want to be. But it's really all about the journey, because you got to look at life as a journey, because it's not about getting to where you want to be. It's about what got you there. And a lot of people don't realize that. See, we live in the life, like right now, you live in that life that you wishing you are. You just not realizing it. Like, oh fuck, hold on, give me a second, because I'm trying to think. I don't got my notebook with me. I was writing some shit down. So I'm just on a little walk around my little neighborhood. But when you think about acceptance for yourself, it goes along with being happy. See, because when you happy unconditionally, you really accept yourself and everything that come with you and everything around you. See, when you talk about acceptance, there can't be any conditions, there can't be any, circumstances to which you don't accept something, because then then it's not really that. Like to really accept yourself, you gotta really reflect at everything you do. You don't wanna be regretful. Like you wanna always, I feel like the first step is like self-analysis. Looking at the things that you've done, the things that you've been through, the things that have shaped your life and shaped where you are at this moment. And not putting them like behind you in a way that, you act like they never happened, because trying to push something away like it never happened is only gonna make it grow even more. And then when that thing comes to light again, it's gonna smack you in the face like never before, trust me. So I'm at my little nature spot. I'm gonna chill right here for a little bit. Where was I getting at? Um, Fuck, I don't even know where I was getting at. It's hot as shit today. You gotta be in that sun though. You gotta get in nature. Accept this earth. See, when you accept yourself in all ways of yourself, you really start to live your best life. Because when you hold things against yourself, like regrets, like, like things you may have done in the past, like relationships, outcomes of things, like that's when they really start to hold weight on you. You don't want anything to hold weight on you if you want to grow, because all that shit gonna hold you down. Like, all right, so when you think of accepting yourself, you want to think about everything that comes with you. So it don't matter what other people think. It don't matter what your friends think. I mean, you obviously want to take in that stuff. You don't want to just disregard it. But at the end of the day, your thoughts and your viewpoint about yourself should be the main viewpoint on your life. You should not ever want to let what anyone else thinks or says or feels about you dictate the overall outcome of how you feel about yourself. Because then that's not really how you feel, that's how they feel, and they just clouding your head. And they making you think that's okay because you think that's okay because they said it, no matter who they are. But in reality, if it's not good for you, then you can take that as constructive criticism, but you don't need to let that hold you down and make you feel not good about yourself. See, a lot of people don't accept themselves and don't see themselves for their true value because of the standards set by this society and this culture and a lot of the things around them. Everyone want to be like somebody else. Everyone want to fit in. Everyone want to do this, want to do that because they see somebody else do it. But you gotta ask yourself, if you didn't see somebody else start that trend, or you didn't see somebody else wearing this, seeing somebody else promoting that, doing this, doing that, whether it's good or bad, because it's always good to, fuck with somebody if they shit thorough, they shit original, because that's good. That's something else. But I'm saying, you want to be unique to yourself. You don't want to just be a follower. And that's what comes with acceptance. I feel like a lot of people don't accept themselves and don't view themselves highly based on the standards that they think that they have for themselves, but in reality it's not really their standards. It's the standards that was set upon them by everything around them, so they think that that's okay. But you gotta set the standard for yourself. You can't allow outside entities, outside beings, and when I mean outside, I mean outside of yourself, your inner self, because it can be a parent, a friend, a cousin, a partner, and obviously what they think, you're gonna find that, significant. You're gonna find that to be something that, should be valued because it's them. But that don't mean that their opinion should sway everything in your head. I don't even know him, but he broke his neck. That's the thing, because to really accept yourself, you gotta accept everything that come with you. You gotta accept the flaws, the good things, the bad things, the regrets, the past, the present, not the future, because the future ain't really happened yet, so you don't really know what's gonna happen. You could plan for the future, and you could fucking, do everything you possibly can to shape the future, but the future ain't happened yet, so you don't really know what's gonna happen. And that's the thing that go with regrets, because a lot of people, I feel like, really don't realize that if you were to take back some things you wish you could take back, you realize you wouldn't be the person that you are today if that never happened. You don't know where you would be if shit like that didn't happen. Like, whether it's fucked up or it's something amazing. Obviously, you wouldn't regret something that was great. But if you regret, like, a bad experience, like a bad relationship, a bad fucking, you fail a test or some dumb shit like that, then you would never get that lesson from that, because you would never see what what you got out of that happening. Because that's the thing with me, I don't live in no regret no more. Like, I may wish that things didn't happen, but in the bigger picture of things, I really don't, because they shaped the person that I am today, and the person that I'm becoming, and the person that I will end up being. Like, I've got my heart broken, I've done stupid shit, and as much as I wish that shit didn't happen then, now I'm so grateful for it, because it made me who I am. Like, getting my heart broken made me a better person, because I've broken hearts in the past, so I never felt the pain that I was putting out there until somebody did it to me, and then I never want that to ever happen to me again. It's not that I'm not going to put myself out there, because how you blocking blessings if you don't put yourself out there to be great, to experience things. That's one thing. Just because something bad happened with one person or one experience, don't mean that thing is something you shouldn't do again. Maybe you go about it a different way than the first time you did it, but you don't want to not do that just because that happened one time. That's kind of being pussy. Like, that's like fucking with somebody, right? And they do you dirty. That's like saying you'll never fuck with somebody like that again, because you feel like everybody like them. Everybody that, it's kind of like them. No, let's say, because everybody love talking shit about light skin. I'm a light skin. But say you get done dirty by one light skin, whether male or female, you can't think that every light skin bad. I mean, you can think that, but now you thinking that, and it could be with anything, you thinking that now is speaking that into existence. So now you gonna attract that. I see you think all people ain't shit, all this type of people ain't shit, oh, all that type of people is this, that, and the third, then that's the only type of people you're gonna attract, in them kind of people. You're gonna attract ain't shit people if you think all people like that ain't shit. Like, you gotta really change your mind to really change your reality, because when you accept the things for what they is, they no longer hold weight on you. And that's some shit that people don't understand. Like, it's some shit that, I wouldn't say go through, but that happened in my life, like with the people closest to me. And, I wish it wasn't that way, It's certain things, like family-wise, experience-wise, that I wish didn't go the way they did or weren't the way they were. But if they didn't be like that, if it wasn't like that, then you wouldn't have that same outcome. Like, they wouldn't be them or you wouldn't be you. That's why I don't live in no regrets. That's why I accept everything that has happened to me, and that's happened because of what I did. Because look, your experience shape you, your thoughts shape you. So when you try to act like things don't happen, that's like acting like a part of you didn't fucking wait. That's like saying a part of you never it just never happened. Like, that's not saying, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Like, if you regret something that you did or that made you different from the person that you was before that happened, then you wish you changed that part of you. Like, everything really is what you make of it, honestly. Because, like, some shit that could happen with somebody could be negative in their eyes or be viewed as bad in their eyes, but can be viewed completely different to somebody else, because it's all about perspective. See, that's why you gotta accept things for how they is, because everybody got a different perspective, Everybody got a different view on life because everybody's living a different version of your life. That's the thing. That's what you gotta really accept, everything that come with everything, because if it's out of your control, then what you expect? You know within yourself that that might not be something you would do or you will allow to happen, but if it's out of your control, then it's out of your control. Ain't nothing you could do about it. But I want to move on to a different part. I'm gonna think. Fuck. What was it? I was talking about accepting yourself. Oh, accepting others. Okay. Now, it's always gonna be things and people, whether they be people around you. They out here playing soccer, but it's always gonna be things within people that you may not like, whether it's a parent, sibling, significant other, a friend, anything like that. But you gotta accept that because that's them. You can't try to change that. See, you never want to try to change somebody. You obviously want to better them and make them, better than the way they were before they, met you. But you don't want to change somebody, because trying to change somebody is kind of like it's like forcing them in the opposite direction of where you want to go. It's better to shed light on certain things to get them to open up their mind. And when you do that, then you did your job. And if they don't take that on, or they don't use that to positively affect them, to make a positive change in them, then that's on them, right? And that's what you gotta accept. See, a lot of people I'm gonna talk about a little bit about my experience. Like when I got my heart broke, right? That was the first time I ever experienced something like that. I never expected something like that to be able to happen to me, because I've always been a strong person. And I was the type of person that I'm not gonna let it happen to somebody else before it happened to me, but I never thought I would put myself in a position for that to happen. I didn't think I would ever be vulnerable for some shit like that to happen. And then when it did, I was completely shocked, because when you do everything in your power for something to go a certain way and it doesn't, you literally don't know what to do. Like, it's certain things that you can literally do and they not go your way, and it's completely fucked up. And that's some shit that I didn't understand then, because I was doing everything I possibly could for it to not end up the way it did, and it did end up like that, and I didn't understand it. I didn't want to accept it. I hated the fact that it ended up like that. I hated the fact that I got hurt because they was hurt, and they didn't realize that I was doing everything so they didn't end up hurt, and so that I didn't end up hurt. And I didn't accept the fact that maybe this shit just wasn't meant to be, or maybe it wasn't the right time. Maybe I wasn't ready, even though I thought I was. See, before you try to change and judge other people for how they do things or how they view things, you gotta look at it as if you were them, and then you gotta look at it from a perspective within yourself. That's how you gonna get a better understanding and better growth to accepting things, because when you try to change shit for the way it is, you never gonna move past it. I don't even know where I'm trying to go. It just goes with when you accept things for how they is, when you realize that, okay, Things may not have went my way, all right, but I'm not gonna let that I'm not gonna let that hold me down. I'm not gonna let that keep me from blessings, keep me keeping me from getting to where I need to go. Because when you give things that negative weight and hold them over yourself, you slowly bringing yourself the opposite way. You bringing yourself down from where you want to go. Some people don't realize, a lot of people don't realize that, and some people not going to understand that because that's just not the level of thinking that they at right now, and that's fine because it's all about the journey. You never want to rush to get nowhere, because when you rush, then when you get there, you might not even be ready for it. And then it can be just as bad as a bad experience, a bad outcome. Like, I think I'm gonna move on from that. What do I want to get to? Yeah, accepting yourself. Okay, I want to speak on a little bit, like not letting what other people think get you down, right? Because you always want to accept what other people's viewpoints, because you don't want to be conceited. You don't want to be a narcissist. You don't want to be someone that thinks that their word is the only word that matters wholeheartedly in everything. Because for someone that never takes in what other people think, that never can never fucking look at things from other viewpoints besides their own, then they only looking at shit one-sided, and it's kind of like blinding yourself, and that's can hold you back, that can hold you down. But when you take in what other people think, you gotta realize, take in what other people say, you want to realize that just because they said that don't mean that that's how it is. That don't mean that's what it is. Like, a lot of people think that because somebody's close to them, or somebody is, they've always been there, that they know what's best for you. They may think they know, and they might have the right idea, but in reality, you know what's best for you. And people gotta realize that. It's always good to take on other people's opinions and thoughts, but it gotta depend on who that person is. Because if somebody has never been there for you, if somebody has never shown you that they even deserve to have their opinion heard, then you don't even need to give them the time of day. You don't need, you can take in that whatever they on, but you could take it in, process it, and keep it pushing, right? See, a lot of people like to let what other people that don't even know them, don't even fucking never got to know them, never seen them before, never hung out with them, never really did that work to actually know where they coming from and what they've been through to get them to where they at right now. And they let people like that get to them, hold weight on them. Like, that's some shit that you really can't do, because that's really gonna hold you down. Like, you gotta accept the fact that you are who you are, and you are who you gonna be. If you don't accept yourself, no one else will ever accept you. If you don't respect yourself, no one else will ever respect you. You may think they do, you may think you do, but in reality you don't, and they don't. And they know it, whether you like it or not, whether you like it or not, and whether they tell you, they don't. Because it's all about the perception that you have of yourself. See, like, damn, I had a thought, but I feel like it went away. Hold on, that's a good ass thought too. Like, you need to know that you control your reality, right? And that's not no bullshit. That's about how you live your life, right? Because you dead ass can control anything that happens to you. And that goes by putting yourself in positions for you to be able to flourish, putting yourself around people that's gonna make you a better version of yourself, make them, help you, make each other better versions of each other, right? Because it's always good to have people around you that understand you, that share the same goals, share the same ideas, share the same perspectives. Not all the same perspectives, because if y'all the same, then y'all never thinking at things in different ways, and then that's kind of like one-sided. But you want to be around people that accept you just as much as you accept yourself, because if you allow people to not show you the respect and level of the level of standard that you hold for yourself, then you really don't hold yourself to that standard. Because if you allow people to talk down upon you, to degrade you, to bring your wealth down, then you don't even believe that about yourself. And that's real shit. That's real shit. I think I'm gonna wrap it up from that, because I feel like I got a lot out, and I feel like I kind of repeated some things, but in just different viewpoints, different ways. Because my overall goal is to just get people to think. I'm not here to tell you that my perspective on life and what my viewpoints is the ones that matter the most. They matter to me. They might not have to matter to you. I'm not trying to get that to be why you watch me, why you fuck with me. No. I just want you to look at things from a different perspective. That's the whole point of this. And yeah, I hope that whoever watched this, you got something from it, whether it's one thing or mad shit. I want to thank you for tuning in. If you watched it to the end, thank you. Yeah, just like, comment, subscribe. If you have, an opinion, a thought about it, and you know me and you got my socials and shit, don't text me. Comment on this. Comment under the video and tell me what you think, and I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna get back to everybody, because it's not like I got millions of followers and shit that I can't see everyone that comment and shit. So comment under the video so that a lot of people, so that whoever is watching it can also see your point of view, so that they can see another perspective from it as well. And on that note, I want to thank you for tuning in. I hope you're having a blessed Father's Day. Tell your fathers happy Father's Day. If they're not in your life, and your mother had to step up and be both parents, you tell her happy Father's Day and happy Mother's Day too, and tell her you love her. All right? On that note, I'm going to end it right there. One love. Thank you.